Wildfire smoke is quietly rewiring the survival instincts of birds, and one species just proved it in a way scientists never expected. Picture this: a robin sitting in a haze so thick you can barely see the sun, and instead of flying away like every instinct should tell it to, it just turns into the wind. That single move, tracked through GPS bands during the 2023 and 2024 wildfire seasons, cut down how much smoke the bird actually breathed in. No panic, no flight. Just a quiet, calculated adjustment most people would never notice. Researchers studying these tagged robins found something strange. Under light smoke, the birds barely changed their behavior. But once smoke got heavy, they stopped taking long trips and stayed close to home, facing directly into the wind. Scientists believe this reduces how much particulate matter reaches their lungs. It is not escape, it is adaptation happening in real time, and nobody fully understands why some birds do this while others don't. And robins aren't the only ones adjusting. In September 2020, during one of the worst wildfire seasons in US history, a GPS-tagged goose, called a tule goose, did something so unusual that researchers monitoring its tracker started messaging each other in confusion. The goose, part of a threatened population that migrates from Alaska to California, abruptly changed its migratory route to avoid a wall of hazardous smoke. It was the first documented case of a bird altering its migration, specifically because of wildfire smoke. Scientists later found that the physical toll of that smoke exposure may have weakened the population, making them more vulnerable to a deadly winter storm months later. Here is the part that should genuinely concern you. A 22-year study using banding station data in San Jose, California, discovered that birds react to smoke in two completely different ways depending on how long the exposure lasts. Short bursts of smoke make birds go quiet and inactive, essentially hunkering down and waiting it out. But when smoke exposure drags on for weeks, the opposite happens. Birds become more active, showing up more often at monitoring stations. Researchers at UCLA, who studied 2 decades of data, believe this could be a survival response, as birds search harder for food and better conditions. The same study found something darker underneath. Birds repeatedly exposed to fine particulate matter lost body mass over time. Less body mass means less fat reserve, weaker immune defense, and lower odds of surviving migration or breeding successfully. It gets even stranger when you listen instead of look. During major smoke events, entire ecological soundscapes fall silent. Acoustic monitoring across the western United States has picked up dramatic drops in bird vocal activity when smoke moves in, a pattern also seen in insects and even orangutans thousands of miles away in Southeast Asia. Birds essentially go quiet, possibly to conserve energy or avoid straining already stressed respiratory systems. In New York, a separate study on imperiled grassland birds found the same vocal shutdown, even when the smoke came from wildfires hundreds of kilometers away. That means a fire burning in one region can silence bird communities that never even saw flames. Citizen science is now racing to catch up with these patterns. A growing volunteer effort called Project Phoenix is tracking whether smoke exposure pushes birds to rely more heavily on backyard feeders and bird baths, possibly because smoke exhausts them or dirties their feathers enough to disrupt normal foraging and mating displays. Dirty feathers can even make birds less attractive to potential mates, disrupting reproduction in ways nobody predicted a decade ago. And this ripple effect doesn't stop with birds. When prey species slow down or change movement patterns under smoke, the predators that hunt them shift too, even if those predators never smell a trace of smoke themselves. One invisible cloud can quietly rearrange an entire food web from the ground up. Scientists admit the science here is still young. They don't fully know which species can sense smoke at all, or which ones react in ways that actually help them survive it. What we do know is this: as wildfire seasons grow longer and smoke plumes travel farther every single year, birds across entire continents are being forced to make split-second decisions their ancestors never had to make. So here's the real question. If something as small as a robin is already adapting to a changing sky, what does that tell us about everything else living beneath it, including us? If this surprised you, follow for more science stories most people never hear about.